Our guest speaker hails from Summersville, South Carolina. He was big in my previous company. He was almost what we call RVP Platinum and done a great job with that. I was going on stage to talk at the convention several years ago in front of 25,000 people. My phone was still on. I was going up the ladder, up to backstage, and my phone rang, and I answered. He goes, "This is Al." This is Al. I said, "Yes, it is, Mr. Curtis Evans. I had to track your number down, and I want you to sponsor me in the ACN." And I was in Excel. I said, "Wow." But what am I saying? I just want to thank him because he's got out there, and I've been out to South Carolina many, many, many times. And we will ride up. We'll get up in the morning, ride the wheels off his car, get a new set put on, ride up and down that highway, talking to people everywhere from small little hick towns. We've been in towns so small, the sign says "Stop, no sign says goodbye," and we go through them and we sign up people. And I mean, this man will. Talk about will work. This man doesn't know the meaning of nonstop. He just goes and goes. We get up the next morning, hitting again. I go back to my hotel, stay 3 hours, wake back up, and go back out. He said, "Mr. Al Thomas, why don't you just stay at my place? I got a couch. Is that okay for you?" I don't know why people think I would not sleep on the couch. I still sleep on couches. I sleep on my own couch sometimes. I said, "Absolutely." So now I go to South Carolina. I just take on this. We just make it happen. In other words, he's one of those kind of person. I believe in WIT. What's WIT stand for? Whatever it takes. And that's who he is as a gentleman. He's a great leader out there in South Carolina, him and his lovely wife. So can we give him a warm welcome to none other than the regional director, Mr. Curtis Evans?
Hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? Good, 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 good. Well, I'm glad to see everybody. We're really happy to be here. I just want to mention the times that we're living in. It's an excellent time to be doing our business. The world it seems to be in a bit of a array. If you listen to the news enough, you'll see that a lot of things are going bad. But then if you listen to the news enough, you hear a lot of things are going great. And it's always been like that. There's always been some turmoil in some part of the world. The only difference is when Al and I were coming up, we didn't know what was going on in Israel, and we didn't know what was going on in Russia. We didn't know what was going on. We had to look at the paper, and the paper showed us what happened 4 or 5 days ago. So now something happens, and instantly, we know we're either really, really happy right now, then get really sad because of something that happened somewhere in the world, or we are really sad and then we get really happy because something happened somewhere in the world. And why is that? Because this generation that we live in, the times that we live in, we have something called the internet. So, and a lot of us remember coming home in the afternoon, our dads would be sitting out and watching news at 6 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock, because that's when the news came on. Now, 24/7, 24/7. They call it the TV, an income reducing machine. Because if you look at it long enough, I can guarantee you one thing, your income is going down. So, we have to almost watch what we're telling ourselves. The problem is in the past, there were some people that watched television, and maybe you did or did not a whole lot, but guess what happens? This thing right here is a TV, and it's on all the time. And the algorithms are designed to give you what you look for, whatever you're looking for, it's going to send it to you because it knows you are, in my case, a black male, 70 years old, likes cars, likes swimming. So guess what I'm going to get? I'm going to get a lot of car stuff. I'm going to get a lot of swimming stuff. And it also gives me a lot of network marketing things, okay? Because I'm studying in our back office, there's a link there that tells us how to prospect on the internet. Now, my goal is not to do that today. It's a long process. You got to learn a lot. So do everything that Al's telling you. He's our mentor. He's telling us what to do. Get 3 names and numbers a day. You might want to move it to 5 names and numbers. Maybe that's not enough. Maybe you want to move it to 10 names and numbers. Okay, put 10 pennies in one pocket and move it to the other pocket at 10 names and numbers. If you want to go 3 times as fast as Al wants you to go, you may need to go 10. Maybe you're behind. You got to catch up. So there are some things that we're going to have to learn to do, and I include myself in that. This is not one of those, I'm going to tell you what to do. This is one of the things I'm learning how to remake myself. Now, the company president, we're so fortunate to be part of this company. As you know, the 4 co-founders came from companies that went out of business. These 4 guys came from companies that went out of business, and they got together and started ACN. Okay, they know how important it is to have IBOs. Guess what Al and I have in common? Okay, besides no hair, what else do we have in common? What else? We both came from a company that went out of business. Okay, and so these guys are scrappers. They're fighters. They're trying to keep it alive. So you are with the right company, a company that you can work real hard and see some success in. Okay, so with that said, I told you that the internet is constantly sending me information. I'm taking the courses in the back office right now. I'm about halfway finished with one course that talks about social media. They put it in everybody's back office. All of you, everybody, all you IBOs that are on here, there's a course in the back office to talk about social media. Now, I don't know how old you are, but for people my age, we have a hard time with it because we don't want to sit and look in a computer all day long, right? We have a hard time with it. But I have to tell you that the younger folks, that's how they get their information. That's how they get their news. That's how they get their information. I'm just not interested in seeing what somebody ate for dinner last night, and I'm not interested in pictures of whatever. But there are people that are. So what I want to do is kind of show you what two people are doing in back office. Now, these two people are not from our company. I am not trying to get you to go to their site and jump on with them because you have the right company. Because a lot of people that are doing network marketing don't have what? They have an income every week or every month, but they don't have residual income. If their company is moving vitamins or lotions and potions, they do not have residual income because people don't buy that every month. Unconsciously, the key word here is unconsciously. See, I pay my light bill at my house unconsciously. I don't think about should I pay it this month or not. I pay my cell phone bill at my house. I don't know about you guys, but it comes out automatically. Unconsciously, I have to pay my phone bill. What else do I pay? I have a security service at our house, and I have 10 or 15 security. My partner Reggie and I, we have 10 or 15 security services. And guess what? The people that pay those security services, I don't have to call them. I've never called any of them. They all pay their security service. What? Unconsciously. Unconsciously, habitually, they do that every month. That's the uniqueness of our company. So first, I want you to really, 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 really appreciate the company that you have your hands on unconsciously. And as you move through the ranks, as we go from a CQ in ETL, when we're at the class with Mr. Provenzano and some of the co-founders, they say our job is to help people get into business, and our job is to get them to go to what? ETL. And then create an ETL factory. That's what we're in the process of doing over here. We're retooling, getting ready for this big ETL factory. People come in and go to ETL and get other people in that go to ETL. So a lot of times we don't talk to people because we think as our job, we're trying to find somebody that's an SVP. Who knows who's the SVP? Sometimes when you're recruiting, you look at a person, you say, they're not an SVP. They're not we don't know that. So that's what Al calls, Mr. Thomas calls it prejudging. You prejudge somebody because you don't think that Al Randolph could be a SVP. That's not your job. Al Randolph knows the SVP. That's what you need to look at. Is he a door or is he a destination? So if you look at Al Randolph as a destination, I don't think he'll be an SVP. I won't bother him. You got to look at Al Randolph as not a destination, but as a doorway. Who are the 2,000, 3,000 people that he has in his Facebook account? Who are the 200 or 300 people that will come to his wedding or his funeral? Those are the people that we're looking for. So that's the kind of mindset we have. And so the winners are people that do really well in our industry, talk to everybody, okay? And they just don't prejudge, okay? Because you just don't know. A dud would bring you a stud. A dud knows another dud that knows a stud. A dud that knows another dud that knows another dud that knows a what? Stud. Are you using anybody? No. If the first stud, if in that scenario, if the first stud got his 75 points, he will be making a check for the rest of his life if a dud shows up in his organization. And so you really did help the first dud. So we said we don't want to use people. We don't want to make, I heard people say crazy things like, I don't want to make money on people. Well, you buy a honey bun out of the store, you buy gas out of the store. Gas people don't mind making money on you. The people, you bought a belt yesterday, the store that sold the belt didn't mind making money on you. This is what happens when you buy stuff at a store. Somebody's making money on you. But in our brain, somebody told us, I don't want to make money on people. Well, who you want to make money on? Horses, cows, birds? You know, who you want to make money on? So that's something we need to understand. So what I want to do now is show you 2 short videos of 2 people that came into this business that did not know what this was about, just did not understand it, didn't understand it, wasn't looking for anything, okay? And they're going to give you a short, and I like this because it's network marketing. It's not our company, okay? So if you talk to leaders and find out how they got started in a business, you'll find that most of them had no experience with network marketing. They were intrigued that there was an answer, there was a way out of what they were doing. They wish they could find a way out. They did not want to go to work tomorrow. They didn't want to do this for the rest of their life. They are looking for a way out, but they don't know about it. They don't know of a way out. They have no idea. All they know is to work, and then one day you die. And so our job is to do that. So here I'm going to share this girl at the end of her career, and she passed away now about a few months ago, but we knew her really, really well. And she got as high as $1 million a month. Now watch, she had no idea what network marketing is about. So I'm going to let you watch this about 3 minutes. And then I want you to be thinking about how many people you know like her. Okay, the idea here is how many people do you know like these people? Okay, so let's take a look.
I've known Jessie Lee Ward for quite some time now, and let me tell you something, she is an absolutely phenomenal, not only leader, but teacher. She's one of the best I've ever seen in my 35 years in network marketing.
One day when they write the history books about network marketing, her name definitely will be in it. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jessie Lee.
Hello, everybody. What's going on? It's Jessie Lee. You can call me #BossLee, and I'm excited to be with you here today. I love recruiting because you get to actively watch people that you start to care about and build relationships with change their entire world. Remember, we're all in the business of relationships. This is all a relationship business. The good people win most. I promise you. And I know for some of you that doesn't make any sense logically to you right now, but the limit doesn't exist. It's somewhere in your mind. You're putting some kind of limitation on what you can do. Get to know people. This is before you even enroll them, right? Can you watch their stories? Can you engage with them so you know who they are? You were put here for a bigger reason than yourself, and allowing God to speak through you and not overthinking every single little thing we do and not questioning your DMOs and your mentor and everything in between, and just being and living and loving. And so I would just say I would have loved more, and I would have loved myself more, and I would have loved out loud sooner. I love so boldly online now and in person, and I'm not stopping anymore.
I know I'm loud. I know some of you are a little shaken up right now with my energy. I get it. But baby, this is me. My mom said, Jessie Lee, she came out screaming and she just never stopped. Okay, that's me. I'm not out here trying to be anybody else who is on this stage. I'm not trying to be Louisa. I'm not trying to be Diana. I'm not trying to be Mimi. I'm me. And people told me your heart is too big. Well, let me tell you something. My heart is my superpower. It's also my biggest weakness, and I don't care. It's not going anywhere. So when you need me, I'm there. And that makes me powerful. I was raised by my nana and granddad in a small country town in Middletown, Maryland. I ate lunch alone for all 12 years of K through 12 because no one liked me. I was weird. I just never really fit in until this profession. And so I say that to you as the girl that started almost a decade ago needing $300 a month to pay her rent, and now a multimillionaire, that it can be you.
I love you all, and I appreciate you all, and I know for some of you are like, what? And someday when we meet each other, we can give each other a million reasons to love one another.
And I do know that you are in the best profession possible with no limitations. Thank you. I love you guys. I appreciate you.
So what did you guys think? This is a regular girl that somebody talked to and showed the business to her. They didn't know her really well. They signed her up. She always called herself a little weird. She didn't know who she was. Sort of like me, sort of like you, sort of like some people you know. So we just don't know. So the biggest problem that we have, and I'm including myself, is prejudging. prejudging. We may walk by millionaires every day. Just learn these words. This is my words. I want to use my words. I don't want you to use anything but you. This is my words. If I see a happy person that seems to be really, really happy, I just say, my company is looking for people like you. Just, can you say that? My company is looking for people like you, okay? And you'll see a look in their face. First time ever somebody's tried to get them to do anything, get them to put an application. Your company could be a company down the street. My company is looking for people like you. Yeah, what is it? And shut up after that. After that, shut up. Give me your name and number, and they can keep them curious. Now, the next video is going to show you why they need to be curious. If you go onto the products and the services and the comp plan right there, you just blew it, okay? Keep them, get their name and number, set up a time for them for you to call them back, and make sure they put your number in their phone. Or, I don't know, I'm really tired. Okay, if I send you a video, would you watch it? I always say that. If I sent you a video, would you watch it? They say, yeah, give me your number. Got the number, you send them a video. Call me. What time can you call me? These are the skills that Al talks about it a lot. Okay, these are the skills. Now, you guys call it Mr. Thomas, but in our old company, we call him Al, because everybody in those 400,000 people in that old company all knew him as Al. Okay, so if you hear me call him Al, that's what I knew him as. I was on his Sunday night call every Sunday night for about 3 or 4 years when he would talk to all of us. I wasn't even in his group. I was in Diane Chapman's group. But we were listening to him. Me and my group were listening to him every Sunday night, back in the day. So one of the things you'll get a lot of mentoring when you get into our business. Now, what I want to do is show you the second video. Hopefully I can get this one up. This is a couple. Would you have signed up Jesse? Would you have, or if you didn't sign up Jesse, the girl at the store, the guy at the store that you said, my company looking for people like you, she knew Jesse. She knew Jesse. The next person you say, I don't know, they got a little ass. That person may know Jesse, okay? Okay, so let's go. Let's go to our next one.
We wanted to run our school in Florida and Georgia, Atlanta, because not in the wintertime, everybody doesn't come to Florida. They'd stay where they're at. So in Georgia, more people could fly into, and they like to come, somewhere where it's not, Florida's known so hot and everything. So we're looking forever to find a place that we could run the training center out of, like on a lake or at a marina or at a ski shop. I couldn't find one. I was up there looking for weeks. I tell her I'm giving up, just like I did on the mortgage thing. I'm giving up. And she says, no, try one more time. I walk in this guy's beautiful marina right on the water. And I say, anyway, we could run my training center on here. My name is Steve Merritt. He said, we'd love to have you. Give us a couple points out of the till, run your equipment here, run the training center. We'd love it. And
it was a huge showroom.
Yeah, we were having a blast.
Entire showroom.
And I respected this gentleman. He owned the marina. One day, out of the blue, he says, man, you and Gina would just tear up this business that me and my wife, Beverly, just heard about. And you've got to take a look at it. And he planted the seed. Curiosity, never told me nothing other than, you got to see this. We'd never heard of network marketing. None of we're busy living our lives. Never heard of it. I'm skiing on the water. This was 1987 or 88, somewhere in there.
Same as me. That's when I got involved.
So that's when he said it. And it went on for months that I'm saying to him, Jerry, when are we going to see this opportunity? Well, you and Gina got to be together, and Beverly's got to be, it's got timing. Right? So months, I'm like, now I'm like, oh my gosh, as soon as I see it, I'm in. Whatever he's talking about, I want to, and finally we got together. And when he drew it out, the circles, I'm like, my eyes lit up, because I always said, one of the issues with barefoot skiing especially is who wants to barefoot ski? I need something that everybody needs.
Right.
I love franchising. So I want to be the owner, though, of the franchise. I don't want to buy a franchise. When he draw them circles, it lit up. From that point, I'd never look back as far as what the potential could be. Now, it was a big struggle to begin with. And I got a 3-year strategy to save all the young folks and anybody that wants to win faster for them from that experience. But when I seen it, I was like, oh my gosh. I said, get us one of them kit things right now. And he said, oh my gosh. He said, I don't have one. I'm like, we waited all this time. We're at dinner. You didn't bring one?
Yeah.
Go back to your house. Go get 2 of them, because I'm going to sign up my best friend as well. I just called up my best friend. Mike is like my brother, even though he's my cousin. I'm like, Mike, you're getting in business with her. We're starting today. Oh my gosh. And this guy, and then from then on, it just, we went from there. It took a little bit longer than I thought because everyone that came to my training center, they were attorneys. They were business owners, owned crane shops, crane businesses. I mean, they had credible opportunity, big businesses to afford to ski with me. But they all said they were miserable. Like they all wanted you got the life. You're here in Palm Beach skiing every day, your own training center. You have got the life. We want to be you. So I thought, I'm going to save these people out of their misery. But the minute I drew the circles for them, they were like, oh my gosh, I wouldn't do that. Or what? I'm like, then you're going to stay miserable? I mean, I love what I do and I'm doing this. So it wasn't like I was doing it out of desperation. I did it because I wanted someday to be free, but it isn't like I had to do right that minute.
Yeah.
What was interesting. But I thought that's pretty unique how the gentleman had me the curiosity approach, told me we'd be great at it. And we've ever since we've ever seen anything.
He even said, you need to have Gina here. And you go, no, because I was flying. And you're like, no, she's on the same page as me. But trust me, I loved being a flight attendant.
Yeah.
I still miss it to this day. I retired August 1st of 2008. I miss it to this day, like so bad. But I always knew when I was on the airplane, I thought there has to be a way out of here as I'm pushing the beverage cart, or I was back when I started.
No answer, but thinking about
it. When I started, they didn't have meal carts.
What do you miss?
Oh, just the people. I could literally sit on the armrest and talk to a brand new family and become completely
so connection with the customers.
Yeah.
Huh.
And like little kids, people would be like, if this window opened, I'd throw my kid out. I said, no, you're not, because I'm going to walk him down the aisle and he's going to help me pick up. But I just loved it. And I knew that.
She did.
I always, like when you work for the airline, especially a flight attendant, you don't get to pick and choose who you're on, who your coworkers are. So you get, like randomly seniority. So I would think, oh my gosh, did I get some of the laziest girls? And I would be the only one up and down the aisle. But I thought, there's got to be a way out of here. There has to be something better.
So that was another case. Just another case, somebody had never heard of it before and took to it. Like I was one, though actually it took me a while to get me to a meeting. But after I said, I never heard of nothing like this before. And there are millions upon millions of people that never heard of nothing like this before. So we have to go out and see them. So we're getting together right now to get ready to go down to Dallas. That's our challenge right now, get down there and get back. And I want all of you to just get your last dollar, penny, nickel, dime, sleep on the floor, do the crazy stuff and get to Dallas so that you can get another level of training and let's go. And remember, there 200 or 300 people, but there's 2.9 million people that you don't know. We're trying to get in touch with them as well. So we're doing two things. We're running a system where we're talking to people that we know, talking to people we don't know, and also trying to contact those people in a car right next to us. Those people that live in a house over there, the people that live in the apartment complex over there, those people we don't know. And so is there a way to talk and engage with them or have them attracted? Really, you don't talk to them. They're attracted to what they see that you're doing. And that's something that, I heard called attraction marketing, but we're learning that part. But he went from 130 IBOs in his business to 71,000, okay? 130 to 71,000. Now, those numbers are big, so we just got to figure out how to do it. Now, like I said, I'm old, so I'm gonna be a little slower. But you can bring people on board that know more about TikTok and this and that than I do, and that's my job, trying to get them on board. So I hope this gave you some insight why I'm so interested in network marketing. A HR guy with a big company before the security guard said something to me. So think about how you got involved with the business, and then just keep spreading the love, okay? That's all I have, Mr. Thomas. I just wanted to pass the torch back over to you, sir.